Alright, I've adjusted everything. I've checked it all. It seems like everything's running nice and smooth now. Can everyone see me? How's it going, Hazel? Very cool AMV. Alright, so I was streaming a little bit while ago. The cat knocked a wire that disconnected the camera a little bit, and then I tried to shut down OBS. OBS crashed and wouldn't turn back itself on then. I tried to log out and re-log it back in. It didn't like that, so I then had to shut down my computer. My computer didn't want to shut down, so I had to force shut down it. I reopened it, I shut it down, I restarted it. I went downstairs, got some more water. I turned it back on. I tried to stream. I noticed I was dropping a fuck ton of with frames. I decided it's best to just cut my losses and start again because this is a complete mess. Nothing is working. But now I've upped the stream settings on my OBS, so it should give more frames, and it seems to be in green. And it seems to be doing everything fine. So I have resurrected the stream. It is a hell of a story. I'm going to let everyone come back slowly. I mean, we've lost a lot of the viewership, unfortunately. Right. I just need to double check something as well. Copy. Cancel. Paste. Oh, okay, that's fair. Now, once again, chat, I need you to tell me something. I have posted the... Wait a minute, let me... God damn it. It's not doing what I want. Alright. I have once again posted in the chat half the link to the Twitter thing I was talking about earlier, which is about the ID strike, the content ID strike. And I posted the full thing. Can people see either of those posts I put in there? Can people see the half version of the link or the bottom version of the link? You can't see either of them. Oh, brilliant. YouTube, everyone. Amazing. Amazing. Absolutely fantastic. Now you can't even see the one I posted the first time. Amazing. I know someone said... Alright, I know someone said something about checking in your YouTube settings and going to a community tab or whatever. Unfortunately, there is no community tab anymore. YouTube doesn't even have one. I just double checked it before we started the stream. There isn't a community tab anymore in terms of the YouTube Studio. So whatever you do to adjust stream settings, I don't know what the fuck it is anymore. Yeah, amazing website. 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10, this whole process. Check description. Retweet my link. Alright, I just typed something in the chat. Can people see that? It says check description, retweet my link. Can people see that or not? Mel best website. Oh my god. Amazing. I can't even can anyone see this? Can people see hello? All right, so people can see here. Look, oh, all right. It looks like anything to do with Twitter seems to be shadow banned or something. I don't know what's happening here, but any mention to Twitter seems to be shadow banned by YouTube comments, which is amazing. Oh my fucking god. I just wanted to link the Twitter thing, but YouTube won't let me do it. They won't even let me link my own things. What is happening? I don't know if it's the settings or some other. Oh my god, it's insane. It just said like retweet, and it doesn't even like people see that. Amazing. Oh my god. All right. Enough of ranting and raving about this stupid stuff. I'm just gonna say check description. Full link on Copy Strike. All right, there we go. That's the best I can do, everyone. That's the best I can do right now. Whatever YouTube's doing, I can't deal with it. All right. Anyway, hopefully there's no drop frames. Apparently my stream is healthy. Apparently it's shooting out many frames at people right now, doing everything it's supposed to do, which was wonderful. There's no lagging on my side. Wait, I just need to check something actually. Wait, can people still hear me and stuff? Am I all here? Can you all see me? Because I've just paused. I'm on like the studio page, and I've just paused my version of the playback stream. I just stopped it playing. I'm just curious if that doesn't like affect anything. Because the number's still moving, so it still says I'm live. Okay, so that's all good. I haven't ruined it, but maybe stopping that will make it easy on my internet. Nice. Oh, Gil, have a good day at work, alright? I mean, as much as you can do, alright? You have a good one, alright? Take care of yourself. Love you. I'm gonna draw some piccolos. Yeah, I'm sorry everyone, this has literally been like the troubleshooting stream. Not only have I been trying to just do the basics of putting a link in chat, which apparently YouTube hates Twitter, which is, I guess I shouldn't have expected anything else. But they won't even let me link stuff there. My cat destroyed the setup for the stream because that's what she does. And I had to restart everything, so brilliant. We're having an amazing time. Sorry if I haven't kept up. It looks like we've got a couple more people back in the stream. Hopefully they keep coming in. And I'll probably get to drawing in a sec. I'm going to turn on my tablet now. Oh, bright. I'm going to see if I can set that up and get ready for it all. Alright, let's see. Alright. Oh yeah, Hazel, the new AMV you did you do all the drawings in it? Was like 99% of it, was that yours? Because that was really cool. It's like the old school Vocaloid music videos. It is time to draw Post Boy. Well, alright, so for those who don't know, it is Piccolo Day today. This is the 9th of May. No, is it May? It is May, isn't it? Yeah, the 9th of May is Piccolo Day. So to celebrate Piccolo Day, we draw pictures of Piccolo. That's how it works. This is the day he almost conquered the world. I guess it's King Piccolo Day, maybe. But the heresy that's happened in Japan, the heresy. Japan has renamed this day Goku Day. It is not Goku Day, it is Piccolo Day. Foolishness. Foolishness. Alright, so let me just check what's going on in the chat before I move them. Yeah, that's very cool, Hazel, if you drew everything. I really like I really liked it. I thought it was very cool. Mario saying, you used to do rotoscoping in these videos? I mean, when you're saying I used to, like, Mario, did you watch my last video? Used to. What the fuck are you on about? Yeah, I mean, I still draw, but like I've been in carpal tunnel, so it's been up and down for a while. I mean, it's healing quite well now. I think my wrist is in a better place than it was, but I did a fair bit of drawing for the last video on Redline. YouTube got ratioed. I hope YouTube got ratioed. Have I watched on the whatever it is you're asking, Lishanan? Is it Lishan? Well, Mr. Lee, Mr. Lay, I have not watched anything. Never, ever. Alright. Okay. Yeah, so you got to respect the Piccolo. It's also Mother's Day. Draws Piccolo's. It's Mother's Day? Maybe in America it's Mother's Day. I don't think it's Mother's Day over here. You got different Mother Day over wherever you got it. It ain't Mother's Day today. I think that's already went in England. I did say heresy. Yeah, I mean, I usually do that for most of my videos. If I'm quoting someone, I usually have a drawing of them going. How's it going, Jenny? We're about to draw Piccolo. I hope. I don't know. I've had a huge technical problem today. But if I can get everything running, I'm going to try and set up Clip Studio Paint now. And hopefully that doesn't explode. Well, Jenny, I've been in limbo making the same video for the last 2 months. I'm trying to write up as much as I can. I'm doing lots. I'm still on the screen, still on the writing up the script, which has been frustrating in its own way. But I'm trying to get through. I'm trying to be a good video boy and make videos. I got copy striked by Toei. YouTube rejected my claim because of some weird shenanigans with their system, which has tripped me up. And now I sent a tweet. I was trying to link it in this in the comments, but apparently YouTube is like anti-Twitter, and I can't link it anymore for whatever reason. But I have linked it in the description and pinned the thing that says go to the description. We were talking about Piccolo Day, but it is today, even though in Japan it's technically Goku Day. They removed the Piccolo Day and made it Goku Day, and I'm about to try and draw some stuff. That's where we're at. Jenny, how you doing? I'm trying, Jenny. Oh yeah, someone's saying they got I'm guessing they mean carpal tunnel here. CTS, is that? They tried to become ambidextrous. Yeah, I mean, I tried it for a while. It was just really difficult. There are certain elements that are really difficult to learn, especially when it comes to like video editing. Like I could probably use my left hand just fine to like surf the web. In fact, I bought like a sideways mouse, which like takes the strain off your wrist and makes it more about using your elbow and wrist. No, not your wrist. So stuff down there. So like that took a lot of the pressure off my wrist when I'm using a mouse. But like using my left hand to edit was like basically impossible and such a frustration. It wasn't like precise enough to do a lot of the stuff I needed to do for editing. All right. Okay, Gabe. Here, I'll answer this one real quick. The Red Turtle is not owned by Ghibli. They just produced it, so they have no rights to the copyright. Although I heard from Beyond Ghibli himself, because we were talking about it, he said I think he had some issues with it with different companies who were like on and off claiming it, but never like strikes or removing. But yeah, like Red Turtle is different, because yeah, technically Ghibli produced it, but they're named on it. Isao Takahata was a producer, but it was not made at the studio. The studio does not own it, so they will not strike it. Yeah, real top website, Jenny, I swear to God. Mario, I have no idea what you're talking about. I have no idea what Aku no Hana is. Alright, so it looks like my paint is working. I'm going to have to do some magical things to get this all going, but I will try. What I'm going to do right now is set up a document, and I'm going to paste all the Piccolos into it. It's going to be my Piccolo document. I'm going to try and grab all the Piccolos. Shove them all in one. Will it let me do it? We're about to find out. Oh god, do not crash, do not crash! I did send a lot of Piccolos. Yeah, to be fair, I cheaped out on the ergomatic mouse. I mean, it does work, but it's a bit too light and it flops around a bit too much. The mouse, of course. I should have got a more expensive one, but you know, I just bought like a pricier mouse for like a gamer mouse or something, which is quite precise, which I liked, but I can't use it anymore because of my wrist. Although maybe like if my wrist gets better, I can like plug it back in if I'm playing any games if I ever get to that point. But yeah, for now, this mouse, even though it's a bit cheap, does the business. Logitech M570. Should probably have a look into that. Yeah, that's a nice looking mouse, but it also looks expensive. Is it actually ergonomic? Is it supposed to be good for carpal tunnel? It's hard for me to tell because it's kind of the shape, but it's a little bit weird looking. I don't know if it's actually supposed to be. Suspicious. Suspicious. I don't know. Oh, okay. They suspect I know Akunohara. I just did a quick Google of it. This is the rotoscope series, right? It was like a rotoscoped series. The director of it's making the new Uzumaki adaptation. It's very flat, kind of look to it all. I never watched it, so I don't know much about it outside of like the look of it. So yeah, I do know what it is, but I haven't watched it myself. It does definitely fall into the uncanny level on the rotoscoping, but it does have, you know, it is interesting in its own way. Oh, Martin, your message got retracted. I don't know if you did that or if YouTube did it, because YouTube be, you know how YouTube be. Yeah, apparently I think Junji Ito, I think he saw the series or like the director's prior work or something and was like really interested in it and thought he'd be a good director for it. And yeah, they've been working on it since. I mean, Ping Pong's pretty cool, yeah, but that's like Yuasa, right? So I think at this point it's pretty well known. It was pretty well known even back in the day when I was watching it, which was quite a long time ago now. But yeah, it was a cool show. Weeba Sentai. What are my thoughts on Mushoku Tensei? I haven't seen it. That's my thoughts. Guys, I've got to be really honest here. You should not expect me to watch anything that came out in the last year and a half. I'm like making videos. I don't have time to watch like new stuff ever. It's very rare I watch anything that's coming out currently in the last year or two because I just don't have time. So it just doesn't happen, I'm afraid. Do you think there's any recent anime on the same level of hype as Naruto or One Piece back in the day? Huh. I think that really depends on like what you mean by hype. Are we talking about like people behind it? Is it about like the reaction? Is it about like a personal investment? Or is it about like I don't know, the big fight scenes or whatever? Because there's definitely a lot of shows that have those elements, but they're for different people, and I don't really watch them. Like I know that Juji Kaisen has a lot of big Sakuga moments. Obviously, Attack on Titan has had a lot of like reaction behind it, and a lot of scenes. One Piece now has never looked better. as a TV show. So like it's probably more hype week to week than I've ever seen One Piece week to week being hype. There's generally a lot of shonen, like if you're talking about big explosive shonen shows, there's probably never been more big explosive shonen shows. They just announced. Here's another thing today, everyone. As of today, they have announced the new Dragon Ball Super movie coming out next year, which means I can announce my plans, which I don't know if I've said it before, but I plan next year then. Whenever this film is coming out, I plan to make a retrospective on Akira Toriyama's entire career. It's going to be a pain in the ass to make because it's going to be mainly manga, which means I'm going to have to be drawing manga or editing it in AE or some other stupid bullshit, or like playing around. I'm going to be doing lots of silly stuff with panels or whatever else, whatever I can get away with. Hopefully stuff that avoids me ever having to mess around with panels and After Effects, because I don't like doing that. But I will try whatever it is. I will do whatever I can in different ways to make things more interesting for me. Maybe I'll be on camera more, maybe I'll be showing off what I've got in my hand, just doing whatever I can. Maybe I'll be doing close-ups. I have an e-reader, I might be using that for zoom-ins and turning the page that way. I will try whatever it is to cover these topics and see if I could do it in ways that I think are interesting. But it will be a long video probably, and it's going to go over his entire career spot, and I will release it just at the right time, I'm sure. I'm looking forward to doing the production, because it will be an interesting one for me, as a person who was very much inspired by Akira Toriyama's drawings. Well, I guess more the anime series, but you know, his story as a young boy and spent a long time drawing. And I still have a lot of my old drawings of old Dragon Ball stuff, which I want to put in the video. So I think that will be fascinating to talk beyond Dragon Ball, but also just the entire breadth of it, which is a lot of stuff. Cassandra, like global impact. Well, if we're talking about global impact, absolutely, Attack on Titan was the last month, I think it was. Attack on Titan last month was the biggest streaming show on a US history, like US, the whole of US. Attack on Titan was bigger than any other show on streaming in America, which is absolutely unreal. That's like TV shows too. That's live action. That's everything. Attack on Titan was like continuously in the top 5, and at least last month or the month before, it was the top streaming show in America, which is unbelievable to think about. Bigger than everything. Bigger than everything. So yeah, I mean, Attack on Titan is huge. In fact, anime, looking at the reports, anime has never been bigger, especially in the West, and a lot of that has to do with streaming or the mainstreaming of it all. Netflix could possibly be. Well, I mean, Netflix is easier to get to, but like Crunchyroll, Netflix, whatever, like the streaming, the movies, everything had, and the Demon Slayer film. The Demon Slayer film had the biggest. I think it was even during COVID times. The Demon Slayer film in America had the biggest debut for its weeks coming out. Like it was number 2 its first week, and it was number 1 the second week. It's the first time in 20 years an anime film has been number 1 at the box office in America. If we're talking about America strictly, I don't know the stuff in England because I don't even know if our cinemas are open currently. But in America, at least, huge. That's like unbelievable, and that's during COVID times where like the numbers for like people going to see the cinema is really small. It's like 10 times smaller than usual, but that it is like blasting past that much is still very interesting. So yeah, there's a lot of stuff that is really exploding in its own way. I mean, I think One Piece is still pretty big as well, and Dragon Ball still. Have I seen the Daikon film Ultraman? Yes, I have. Yeah, the Hideaki Anno Ultraman's pretty weird and interesting. My opinion on digital art, personally, I would like to scan my drawings in color. Yeah, I mean, I use digital technology. Who doesn't? I'm not a boomer. It's not. I don't have any personal opinions on it in like any wide sense. It's just like you can mix the medias. I'm a mixed media guy. You can do stuff on paper, bring it in, scan it in. Bring different elements. I mean, I bought the tablet, makes it easier for me to merge those worlds and also just start from that point. So that's why I bought this big old tablet here. My camera went. Wait, what? Did it? Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh, it is gone. Bloody hell. Alright, the audio might fuck up in a second. Brilliant, that's amazing. I think, again, alright, tell me when the audio starts messing up and I will hopefully not crash this time. Yeah, the audio is probably going to mess up any second now, though. Okay, I'm back. Are we good? How's the audio? Because usually this is when the audio starts fucking up. I'm not sure what happened there. I didn't even tap the wire. This is your fault, Cat, somehow. Using your psychic powers to break my computer wires. Alright, well the audio probably is going to mess up any minute though. Alright, Video Chemist, I want to tell you that you're a Philistine with that opinion right there about the success of anime globally not being a good thing. The industry has always been global. Well, let me recontextualize that. The industry since the 70s or the 60s, if we're talking about TV anime started global because in the 63, you know, who was the biggest funder of Astro Boy? It was America when it was pushed onto their television systems. In the 70s, since the 70s, there has been an international push for anime to go around the world, and it always has been. During the 90s, we see a huge boom during the DVD era. This has been a condition of the industry for a long time, but that doesn't mean that the anime creators are necessarily changing their vision to appeal to foreigners, whatever that means, because that is very difficult to do when you don't know what those individual countries actually want. Of course, there may be elements which are more wide or changed, or like there may be more variety of things that happen, but that is the market in itself. There's nothing you can do about that. That is not making the anime better or worse. That is just the conditions of which the anime is created and always has been. Especially in the last 20, 30 years. I have to assume, looking at my demographics, as long as you've been alive. Maybe you should just check the latest comment. Yeah, I will try to. I might have to get my phone out because I'm about to switch between displays. Would I say the same about manga? I mean, manga has also been exported since the 70s. It's just, it's a different market entirely, so, like, I don't know if we really want to talk about manga in the same way. Like, the issue with manga has always been, you know, getting translations and getting it in print. Print is expensive, and keeping it in print. But, I mean, if you look at certain titles, right, the most popular titles that have ever came out, like One Piece, Dragon Ball, Sailor Moon, and now Demon Slayer as well. A lot of these are very popular internationally. I looked at, recently I was looking at this, right, in America, the top 20 comic books in America this week are all manga. Top 20. All of the top 20 in America right now, through the chart I saw, all of them were manga. They have absolutely annihilating. Looking at the English chart on Amazon was a bit harder because they busted their things, but there were definitely Attack on Titan, My Hero Academia, Jujutsu Kaisen. These were all on the list here and there, and then there was Invincibles too, because obviously the Amazon series. But they were all up there still. They were still random, and then there was a couple others here and there. But like, yeah, the big names that you kind of at this current point, they are definitely on there. They are definitely trending in international fashion. In France, 40% of the comic market has been manga for a long time and continues to be that way. In fact, these manga are outselling the American comics that they're fighting at a hilarious degree. Alright, my audio is starting to stutter now, is it? There we go, that's what I was expecting. I will fix it now. I will try to fix it. Sorry everyone, give me 1 second. Hopefully this doesn't destroy everything. All right, I'm just making my Piccolo document, my Piccolo love document. 1 second, everyone. All right. Can you see me again? How's the audio now? When we talk about anime being international, this is a good thing for us who don't live in Japan, because it's all fair and good to be talking about like how it changed there, but if we can't access it, and if it's not easy for us to get the stuff, or if you know, the more people that can see it, it makes it easier. It's easier in a lot of ways for us to enjoy this medium in a way that, like, as someone who has to go through a lot of older stuff, finding stuff that there's like a weird pocket of stuff between 2000 and 2006 where some of it isn't even isn't even subbed, which to me is insane, that there is just this element of anime that is kind of lost in an ether. And there's certainly definitely an element of older anime, not even that old, that's just sort of stuck in a period where, like, you'll be lucky to find the DVD rips of it, you'll be lucky to find seeds of it, it's not going to get a re-release, it's just stuck in there. And or in the case where, like, it's had like 2 episodes translated and nothing else, because in that period these things were just not, that was just not the norm. And I think that in itself is a crime, more so than, you know, now where like everything gets translated. It's very rare anything will get missed, even if it doesn't get like distribution. I mean, if you can learn Japanese, that's great. It's a very up and down job, depending on how good you are at like keeping up with it. I've done my fair share over the years, but I'm not nowhere close to where I'd like to be. But you know, like, making videos is like a lot of my day, so usually I don't know if I can. Half the time I feel like I can't even justify the time to spend, because I'm terrible at keeping focus. Anyway, I'm just making my Piccolo document up, and then I guess I will do some drawing. Finally. Sorry everyone. Sorry for my incompetence this whole stream. Go men. I just need to make my Piccolo love document. Damn it. Oh, Piccolo. I have some plans for what I'm drawing. I have some ideas of how it's going to go down. And hopefully it'll be good. Maybe I should make the document beforehand, but I had all these drawings and I thought they'd just all do the thing, but you know, sometimes it's awkward. So let me just command Z. Don't save. Aha! Post boy. Here we go. I'm gonna keep him here for a second. He's gonna overtake everyone else. Yeah, his outfit, like Piccolo's outfit in that one episode, just staggering. I hope Toriyama designed it, because it is something else. It does the Goku cap, just the weird clothes, everything about it, amazing, absolutely amazing. I got a little too many Piccolo pictures, to be honest. I brought too many, but I mean, it's better to have more than not, I think, would be the summary there. All right, I've got everything here. How are we doing? Yeah, anyone in the chat, don't use Duolingo. If you want to learn Japanese, that's not a good way to learn. Ideally, if you can, get a mentor, get like a, you know, go to like one of those Japanese learning courses or something. They can be costly, but if you can do it, I know some places, my friend, you can get reimbursed by your work, depending on where you work. Like, some places do this thing where, like, if you do like a language learning course, you can get reimbursed from your work some places have like those kind of deals going. I mean, if you probably should know if you work somewhere that does that, but it's a cool deal nonetheless. What am I going to draw? I'm going to draw Piccolo, because it's Piccolo Day. Yeah, I mean, if you can buy older shows, I mean that's fine and good. Though obviously, like you got to think about that money only goes to licenses anyway. It's not like the old animators that worked on it is going to get any of those pay dollar bills. So take it as you comes when that happens. But it is nice to buy stuff. It's fun to have like physical releases and the little extras that come with them sometimes. But yeah, if it doesn't exist, you can't buy it. So what will you be doing if COVID ends? Will I go back to my? No, I'm staying doing this, baby. As long as I can until I'm a failure and I have to find some other work. I'm gonna keep doing this. As long as I can do it, basically. I'm planning to stay doing videos, however that is, however I can. I'm stuck at intro 80 kanji. There was that book on kanji that was pretty good. I read a little bit of. Arab countries, yeah. I mean, I think Arab countries have been going even further because from what I was told at the manga museum, there was a thing in London that was running about manga, and they said how Captain Tsubasa was so big in the Middle East, and that probably goes back even beyond like the 90s, I would have to assume. But maybe that's like the manga scene being different. But yeah, I mean, most places, anime's been around a lot in different areas for a long time, especially Asia. Like if you think that anime is big in these locations over here, the whole of Asia has been partaking for quite some time. The episode of filler thought they'd learn to drive one. I believe it was, but sometimes Toriyama gives ideas for filler. So I'm curious if he did the designs or it was his idea. It sounds like a very Toriyama idea. Like, what if Goku and Piccolo learned to drive? Wouldn't that be funny? And it was. Dragon Ball does have some serious drip. This is true. We were saying this. Bulma is like a fashion icon, straight up, unbelievably so. Most manga is made for younger people, so like manga isn't actually that hard to like understand, from what I know, because like the kanji tend to have the little things on top of them that tell you how to say what they do. You just kind of have to know what those words mean. I mean, manga isn't too bad. Light novels is gonna be a different game because obviously there's a lot more text. You have to fight your way through it though, unfortunately. Oh, GameWorks shop dude. Keep doing your thing. Love watching your videos. Big love. Thanks, GameWorks shop dude. Do I know you in real life? Sorry. I remember you said something before. Do we know each other? Or are you just an associate out there? I don't know. Your name sounds familiar to me. I assume maybe just a fan, but I appreciate the donation. It's been a very struggle stream. I appreciate any donation I get for this one. I just want to get a drawing. Hopefully we should be able to start in a second, but I'm going to go to the toilet first. When do you think anime got the attention of the Japanese government? I mean, it hasn't really. Japanese government has done jack or shit, really. I mean, if the Japanese government wanted to help anime, they'd start putting down some harsh rules to protect these animators, which they are not doing, or they'd start like building animation houses or something stupid like that. I don't really believe the government has done that much to help animators, though they do understand the soft power, cool Japan element of the anime. That it's like cultural supremacy. Oh. Yeah, I mean Bleach has some pretty good fashion from what I've seen. One Piece, the fashion is a little bit weird for my taste, necessarily, but I mean it's there. There's plenty of stuff going on there. Don't know if I'm in love with it all necessarily, design wise, in comparison to like Toriyama. But yeah, JoJo really does go vogue. Like it goes real hard on the fashion. Obviously for obvious reasons. It's pretty apparent why, because of like Araki's just love for like these sort of voguey fashion magazine stuff. Like he loves that stuff a lot, and like his characters are always very well dressed. Yu-Gi-Oh does actually have great fashion too. I'll give you that. Hayden is 100% correct. Yu-Gi-Oh tons of great fashion in Yu-Gi-Oh. Right. Everyone now, I need to see if I can set up the chat on my phone so I can see it while I'm drawing. Because I don't have two screens. Oh, hear that fucking anime coming out my phone? Crunchyroll ads on my phone. Oh god, what have I done? I've got rid of the chat. Alright, I can see the chat. I can see it now. So, what we're going to do, everyone, I'm going to go to the toilet. When I get back, I'm going to switch over to drawing. I don't have space for two screens, everyone. Like, I don't have space, nor, like, should I be spending that extra money on an extra screen. That's a bit much for me. The issue is, like, again, it's probably bad for me as well, because I am, like, I don't even know how to explain it, but, like, my focus bounces around and splits at the matter of seconds. I have huge problems with this, probably medically, though, you know, doctors were very unwilling to ever tell me what the hell's going on with me. But, like, I have such a hard time focusing on things that I need to, like, simplify things down. Having two screens may literally destroy me. I'd maybe never get anything done. I don't know if it would really help me. Yeah, I mean, it could be ADHD, but, you know, who knows. I could see the utility in it while streaming. But yeah, I don't necessarily think it would be a good idea for me. It's just a bit awkward because of like how Clip Studio Paint works. Yeah, I mean, as Fluggy says here, multiple screens are terrible for focus. My focus is already dead. The issue probably for me for setting up it's just screen utility, I suppose. But like, yeah, I'd have to set it up in such a way where it would work on the screen. I don't know if I can do that. I might be able to do that. I mean, if I pop out the live chat, but then that might affect the internet as well because it's an extra. It might mess with that. I could give it a go, I guess. Yeah, well, two screens appear. Steve is sucked back into his chair as a wild wind whisper around him. His eyes, yeah, my eyes will just like turn into, they just like crack into, they just fall out of my head basically. I mean, what I could try and do, what I'm going to try and do, I do have it on my phone right now, but what I'm going to try and do, I'm going to get the pop-out chat, and I'm going to try and set up the screens in such a way where I can see both at the same time. I will just have to do lots of adjusting. Oh. The issue is keeping them where I want them. Oh, this is not going well. If I customize the size of the Clip Studio thing, if I customize it, then put the chat on the side. Alright, I'm going to try that in a second. It's not very graceful. But yeah, I'll be back in a moment. Okay, 1 second, everyone. I need to do some things. Oop. No, that's the wrong image. Okay, I'm back. Wait a minute. Let me just... oh, I have to change things. Oh, okay. There we go. I'm back for a second. Let me just... okay. Yeah, the Easter egg squeaker YouTuber. We'll probably see a little bit more of her. I'm going to pull that screen a bit. Alright. Yeah, you could probably get away with not knowing kanji straight away, though it will be helpful later. Whoever's talking about that stuff in the chat. Tiling window managers should be standard. I mean, it'd be nice to have that, though mine's a bit old, the system-wise, so I don't know if they do that on like Windows 10. Alright. I think we're ready. I think we are ready to try and see if we can do this. Alright. Yeah, hopefully Squeak doesn't destroy everything back. Alright, so what I'm gonna see now, I think if I remove this one, whoop, there we go. Now we're back into the world of capturing. And I'm gonna do that, boop. There we go. This is my window here for such things. What we might do, alright, you. God damn it. Take you that. And well, there we go. Now, God, if only there's, I might have to do like a like that. Maybe that works. I'm gonna try this out to see if it works to do the thing. Just so I can see both at the same time. Why aren't you doing what I want? There's too many images. There he is. Let's move the post boy over here a bit. And maybe I can just shrink that all there. There we go. Get my layer up there. It's the wrong layer. There we go. Alright. Can everyone hear me still? Is everything all good? I am going to try and do some drawing this way. You're all stars now. You're all stars. Alright, I'm gonna have to adjust my chair as well. I'm gonna take my chair down a little bit. And, maybe I'm gonna have to move myself as well. I'm gonna really adjust myself a little bit, just because I do not want to tap the wire, so I'm adjusting everything. So everyone can hear me, everything's there. I can see the chat. Let me see what tiling Windows and Windows 10, but there's no real one for Windows. You can't just change the window management. I mean, I'm not messing around with Linux, I'm afraid, people. Don't get your hopes up. Alright. I'm here. I'm ready to draw Piccolo. Have I made any more progress on the Alpha and Lead part? I finished the script up to as far as I think it's okay now. So yeah, we've made a little progress since the Alpha and Lead part. And that, like, I'm happy, I guess, with what I have. everything seems. I get. Well, I haven't. I don't know if there's more I could. There's probably more I could say, but I'm okay with where I'm at with it, I guess. As much as I can be. I might need to zoom in a bit. Actually, maybe I don't, because I should probably get the structure down first. I'm going to be kind of loose with this, and sort of just be playful with him, because I probably don't want to do like a one-to-one really. So like, it's a pretty big guy. Maybe I'm just gonna be really scratchy. Just be really buff boy. The pictures I'd need from you, Hayden, probably just the DVD cover by the look of it. Although I do need to double check one thing. You might have sent it before, one of the pages. I'll have to check it later though. There's an image I don't have, but I think it's because I didn't save it off the ones you sent me. But I'll just double check. It was like the page 2, the final page, I think. I'm not quite sure though. I will double check it with you. Just in case I need to check to see if there's anything in there, but I think it's just the DVD cover, from what I remember. God, he does wear like a little thing under as well. That's pretty. There's like a 2000 style. He was probably a little ahead of the game, quite frankly, because like the undershirt is like a bit more 2000s. How long does it take to research a video? This one has taken fucking ages. Let's put it that way. It's been like 2 months and we're still going. We're still writing and doing things and researching. Oh, I think I've accidentally touched the wrong thing. Do I have more pictures of a Piccolo somewhere? I should probably think about the structure of what I'm drawing a little bit. I don't really like this hand as much as it might be better to like that one. God, what's that pose, people? He needs to have like his hands like that. Yeah, that's perfect. That's exactly what he needs. He needs to be like that. But yeah, like the research capability of the video will depend on the video itself and what it needs me to do. Where do I post my art? Usually on Twitter. I don't really have any like custom art places, because I used to use Instagram, but Instagram just completely shit the bed for me. Just like my whole thing got covered in spam from like fake follower accounts, and Instagram did nothing to fix it. So I just don't use the website anymore. And also getting stuff onto Instagram is really awkward. You have to use like a weird browsery thing, and you can't. Like I'm not gonna take photos of my work from my phone. It's just weird. My phone camera isn't very good. So Twitter is really the only place I post art. Maybe in the future I will pick somewhere else too, but I just don't know where to put it really. Because this is all like recreational to me, like this stuff. This is all just like haha fun. So I don't take this very seriously. Like drawing this Piccolo or whatever. Yeah, let's make that hat a bit bigger. Oh God, YouTube's notifications are scuffed if they're like 1 hour late. Because this is the second stream I've done too. Like we busted the first one, so this is the second time, and it's only this is like that is very late to be telling you the notifications for it, because you can't really trust YouTube to do anything, right? Oh, Weeb Senpai. All right, well, Mr. Weeber Senpai, go to bed. 4 a.m. is too low. Oh, you shouldn't be on stream. You shouldn't be watching people stream at 4 a.m. Go to bed. Anyway, have a good one though. Oh, sorry. Hayden, your message is not going through? Sorry, I've only gotten one, which was that one. And the last message I got from you beforehand was, sweet, did you... I mean, you could see it on the screen to be fair, can't you? Did you need me to take any pictures, yeah? Yeah, that's kind of the fun thing about Dragon Ball. And, I mean, I've heard people say this before about, like, an element lost in Kai, which I can understand the message of. Like, unfortunately, the pacing for Dragon Ball Z is pretty much like, torture in its own way. The pace of it can be quite harsh, let's put it that way. But there is something sometimes lost when you don't have those down moments. Because, like, what's the reason we're doing everything in the series? It's to protect those moments between the super fighting and training. And Dragon Ball Z has a lot more of those elements, like like Yamcha being a baseball star, or what we see here, like the situation where they learn to drive, or like them just being at the beach or chilling or whatever, sort of just hanging out. Those elements are really fascinating in their own right. I probably got to be careful here about like what is the show. Which DVD cover did I want? It was the one with the composer, right? It was the inside, wasn't it? The where she talks about the different translations in her little interview. I think that was the one. What, Gohan being sidelined? Well, to be fair, that was always going to happen, because regardless of what people like to think, Gohan was never, he's not a fighter by trade, and his life experience was always going to lead him towards, family man, scholar. I think I really do believe that. And because of that situation, I don't think it was ever really possible for him to become an active protagonist in the fight series that is Dragon Ball. So I would rather see Gohan happy than like to see him just arbitrarily train because the plot needs him to. Which I think is an issue with Super, in that like they sort of go between this sort of like, no, Gohan is just sort of like a family man, and then okay, well now we really need Gohan, and then they'll do some sort of arbitrary training, then he'll be in the arc for a bit, but it'll be kind of frustrating because he's still like, kind of feels like he's an out of, even when he's like doing something, he kind of feels like he's an out of like train. He's just like, for someone who's supposed to be maybe the third or fourth strongest character, he never really is given that time to shine in those moments where he's even forced to be there. Which is kind of my frustration, I suppose. Like the Tournament of Power, Gohan really didn't do much in it. Which is weird because, you'd think, since they spent so much focus on him being like, I've now got back to my old form, I understand my position much better now, and I'm going to really do some stuff. And then they sort of like, oh, okay. I guess, and when the Android 17 gets more shiny than you do, it's kind of like, oh, okay, well, I guess he's just kind of there again. And that's how it feels. Kind of just there. Which I'm not exactly, I don't know, I'm not really too bothered about it, just because I just don't, I think finding arbitrary reasons for Gohan to fight is kind of like whatever. I'm more annoyed when they sort of just job him than I am when they just don't let him fight. Like, when he wasn't in Broly, and I was just like, yeah, that's fine. Why would he be? Why would he be there? Why would he care? It's not really his deal at that point. Like, sure, if it went on a bit longer, Like, I could understand him being there, but realistically at that point, what's Gohan going to do to Broly? They don't need him there. Like, I understand if they get, like, invaded again. Like, there might be a position where it's like, alright, Piccolo, Gohan, we need your help. But, you know, I think it should be a last... No, that's not right. Well, the problem is, this is what really annoys me, right? Gohan isn't even a strategist. He's a terrible strategist. Every time he fights, he makes all the dumbest decisions. I think Piccolo is supposed to be the strategist, really, but, like, I've never seen Gohan make a good decision in a fight, ever. Like, when has there ever been an example where Gohan made the right decision? Like, in the Buu Saga, he made embarrassing decisions. When he was in the, like, Tournament of Power, I've never seen him do anything. Like, he held back probably too much. And then when he was fighting, he, like... There was, like, the fast rabbit, and he took him out, like, he 1-for-1. I guess he didn't even think of a way of, like... He didn't even think of a way of, like, avoiding getting, like, knocked out in that situation. He was just like, that's probably worth me just getting knocked out here. Why not, I guess. What's the worst that could happen, I guess. And, yeah, there wasn't even, like, a strategy position there. That was just like I'm just gonna, you know, I'm gonna tank this, I guess. I'll take the L. To get rid of this one bunny, who was definitely one of the stronger members of the team, but I don't know, it feels a bit like, did you really need to do that, Gohan, really? Was he really that tough? I don't know if I believe it. Certainly there could be more tacticianing in Dragon Ball, but I don't know, it just doesn't seem to be in the cards. I'd rather see that from Piccolo, though, than I would see it from Gohan. Because I'd legitimately rather see Piccolo do something than Gohan. Even in the sense of, like, slice of life stuff. Oh, Jesus. No, I don't know. Alright, keep an eye on the audio, people, because I've noticed the camera has, like, is off, but, like, you can't see the camera anymore. So I don't know if that really matters, but, like, the audio might start getting a bit funky at some point, so keep an eye on it. What is it with the... Yeah, it's like there's a little bit extra there. Yeah, well, because the camera wire, whatever it's done it's turned off. That usually means that something might happen to the audio, but, like, I've also hid it, so maybe it's not affecting the audio. So yeah, keep an eye on the audio, everyone, just in case it starts bugging again, because I'll have to reset the stream again. Which it should take like a minute, to be fair. Piccolo does have the drip, it's true. Oh, no, I'm rotating. That's not what I want to do. That's the wrong brush too. Alright, Samir says, I don't mind Gohan being sidelined, but I do feel Toriyama totally wasted good story plot about an OP guy choosing to solve conflict with anything but violence. The issue here is that, like, Toriyama doesn't write these plots. The only one he's written recently is Dragon Ball Broly. He wrote and did the dialogue for that one. So he had a lot more control on that one, but all of Super is just outlines. He gives outlines to the story, and then the mangaka that he has, Toyotaro, or the Toei staff, fill everything in. So realistically, if you have any beef, it's probably more so with them than it is with Toriyama. Because he just has outlines. They're bullet points, effectively. So, like, really the solutions of how those things happen are to do with that team that work on it, basically. Not necessarily Toriyama. I think I need to find an image of people doing that stupid thing they do with their hands. I want a reference point for that, because this is kind of there, but it's looking a little bit weird to me. Yeah, it's unfortunate that Launch sort of just disappeared. I think that's one of those Toriyama I forgot characters, isn't it? Because she kind of went off and did her... She sort of just left. And then you see her during either the Cell or the Boo arc. She's kind of like an alcoholic. And it's like, oh, that's depressing. And then you see her a little bit later and she's a mechanic. She seems to just be like living her life. I mean, there wasn't really much for her to do at that point. Like, her antics are kind of like dried up a bit, you know. I don't know. Like, her, you know, transforming between two perspectives is a little bit tired at this point. But like, it would be nice if she was just there. Like everyone else is just there. That's all I'm saying. But yeah, she was a cool character. Oh no. The creature is back. She's gonna destroy my stream again. God damn it, cat. Will you not let me heed? Alright, let's try and get those letters in. Alright, there we go. I've said this before, but like, yeah, postboy, kind of a strange term for Piccolo to have on his shirt. Now, I assume this is supposed to be that kind of fashion statement where, you know, it's trendy to wear these clothes that have English sayings on them, but don't really mean much. Because, like, technically a postboy would be like a young man who delivers post, but that doesn't really happen anymore. It's not really like a common conference. If you type postboy into Google, instead of getting any pictures like that, you just get pictures of Piccolo wearing this outfit, which is pretty funny. So I was curious if this was actually more so like a post-modern kind of a take on the postboy. Like, you know, that Piccolo's beyond a boy. He's a postboy now. And that's probably true. He's not technically a boy. And Piccolo's a lot younger than he looks. Because at the end of Dragon Ball Original, which, there's no split in the manga, of course, but at the end of Dragon Ball Original, he's like 3 years old. So by the start of like Dragon Ball C, I think he's maybe like 8 or something like that. 7, 8. He's a lot younger than the rest of the cast. He's only a couple years older than Gohan. So God, when they're learning to drive, he's not even 18. I mean, I guess he's technically a full adult because of hijinks when it comes to this stuff, but also kind of not. It's hard to say because like he's the son of, you know, he's the son of King Piccolo, but I don't know if he actually, does he carry the thoughts, the memories of King Piccolo? Maybe in some way. He understands that he died for his father, but I don't know how connected he is to his actual life. Does he remember everything? I mean, I guess it's when he confuses with Kami, he suddenly does. These are the questions that I'm left with when it comes to Dragon Ball. I mean, yeah, technically, if we're thinking of it that way, he's. I can't say if it's exactly 8, but he is definitely quite young when he starts mentoring Gohan. Technically, if we don't also consider him like hundreds of years old as like some sort of weird reincarnation of King Piccolo. I mean, he's not the same person as King Piccolo. That's certainly for sure, because if he was, that would be kind of weird. It would be like, oh yeah, remember that guy that like killed us all and imprisoned everyone, and tried to take over the world that many years ago, create the Great Piccolo Wars. He's just he's just hanging out with us now. Like, he's certainly treated like a different person. That's coming together. But we don't have any legs. That's an unfortunate one. Oh. Actually, a bad brush. Not good for what I need. So let's start adding in some of these gene details. Yeah, I probably do need another image here. I have to assume like a chain, so it's like boop 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 boop. So that's the chain there. Then you have an interlinked bit there. Move this bit too. Let's pull that down a bit. Let me pull that up there. Probably need to fix his old shoulders here. I did draw them really big. Gotta make sure they make sense. Alright, 1 second everyone, I'm looking for another image. Bounce off here. Little Squeak here. Squeak and me. Hanging out, being free. Alright, that was pretty good actually. I'm just going to cut this one out. Okay, I'll bring it back now. I just need to get the chat back up. Alright, so we'll go, where is it? Oh, chat as well. There we go. Everything should be back to where it was. Let's get Drip Goku out. That's the kind of pose I'm thinking about. So if that's the case, so let's say, because they kind of round it off a bit more. And that one's a bit more like, we've got to figure out. That makes sense. carve into it a bit. Because, and then it's that way. We have one hand that will be here. Maybe I'll give him the classic 4 fingers as well, like the anime. No, the manga even. Sorry. I'll have that like. Like that, but then we're gonna be all regular. That might be pretty good. So we just gotta make sure. So what's happening here? So on this side, this bit's coming out. So it's like that. And this side as well. Obviously it's a bit more like that. But there are some shadows here, so I guess it's a bit more like that. Yeah. The drip's coming together. Have I seen the short Showtime by Mussy? I don't know the name. Looks like gets shell. I guess Ghost in the Shell cell shading style is finally getting close to acceptable results. I think I've seen the one you're talking about. Wasn't it? Was it CGI? Is that what it is? It's very, yeah, I know it's supposed to be very like cyberpunky sci-fi thing. Okay, let's just make sure it all works. Well, I don't know if it will, but I'm gonna make it feel like it works. I may have seen it, but I don't know if I have much to say about it, to be honest. I guess we'll see if it leads to something else. Yeah, I guess maybe I could use the shading on here to kind of define different elements as well. On this side, you're probably going to see some more defined elements. Where's this? It's got the kind of knuckles like that. The hand might need to be bigger. Maybe. Probably need to slam out the wrist too. Again, it's yeah, probably because it needs to. We need to carve off a bit there. Yeah, that feels a bit better. Though it's, yeah. This is much more baggy than this, which does lead to an issue, but the hand was useful. But there is supposed to be another hand there. It's like the inside. Okay. mean, this does get bigger. So we do that. There we go. Just going to simplify this a little. Let's pull it back a bit. Derby. Why do I get the impression Ghost in the Shell stretched itself thin after the sequel movie? Or the movie sequel? Well, I mean, I don't know if it's necessary. It depends what you mean by that. Because if we look at it, right, there's been a lot of different variations of Ghost in the Shell over the years. Like, there's definitely Oshi's version, which has, 2 films. I mean, you could even argue, like, did there even need to be a second film? Which, that would depend on your preference of it. I don't think that we shouldn't have had a second film, but like it's not necessarily necessary. The ending of Ghost in the Shell 1 is so like complete. There really isn't much need for it from a thematical perspective. Jesus, what am I doing? So I don't know. They've just kept making Ghost in the Shell's a franchise. They've kept making different versions over the time, and all of them are kind of separate and their own different universes. I mean, Oshi's version is different than the manga version, which is different than the standalone complex version, which is different than the video game version, which is different than Arise, and so on and so on. These need to be a bit longer. Maybe he's got pretty big hands. So like, and also maybe this needs to be more like that as well, because the predominance of this body for doing this right is mainly on this side. So it's probably gonna be a bit more on that side. Opposed to this one, might be more straight-handed, might more standard that side. Yeah, I mean, it gets innocence. Well, to be fair, the first film is also a bit of a philosophy book, but I think it's just the way they approach things is a little bit different. I don't think Gits was ever supposed to be the massive success that it necessarily became. It is a circumstance of its environment at that time. The film itself has a lot of strange messages, sort of esoteric characters that are sort of pulled to the background, but I mean it sort of made it from effectively being at the right time and the right place at the right moment in history, right? A lot of rights there, but because it was funded by Mangus Video, and it was funded to be their own version of Akira. Akira had sold very well for them, so they were trying to pick up every piece of cyberpunk-esque stuff they could get their hands on, and eventually they ran out, and they were like, why don't we just fund our own? And that's what happened. So they were the co-funders in that production, and I'm pretty sure it was probably after Paddleboard 2 came out. I'd have to verify this or not, but I'm pretty sure Oshi made Paddleboard 2, and they're like, God, we need something like that. Make something else like that for us. And they got the right license, and they made the thing, and it did very well at the home market in a way that I'm pretty sure Innocence did not, because the market had changed by that point. And Innocence is a lot more esoteric, because it's much more of an Oshi film. I do believe there's a lot of that stuff in Ghost in the Shell, but you could probably, the sort of cool moments and the iconic stuff and the music, it all kind of lends itself to like an experience, and also the right time at the right place thing, where maybe a lot of young people watched it who didn't necessarily understand Ghost in the Shell 1 was about overall, but they kind of got the, you know, the experience of watching it was pretty fucking cool. So it got past the punkton of it, the, you know, the term, the feeling of like experiencing something and seeing it afterwards, and like, or like remembering it or being bruised by it, or like that experience leaving an impact on them, was you know, something that you can't necessarily achieve again with the same audience at a much later date if that's not what they're interested in. Though maybe there are also people who were like touched by Innocence, but in a different way. I guess at least with Ghost in the Shell 1, there's a veneer that you can follow what's going on in that Blade Runner style, which perhaps maybe is not the same with Innocence. Might be time to zoom in. Okay, let's get a bit more on the neck. Maybe get a bit more there. A bit more up here. Maybe we pull this back a bit though. This is also a point of contention. What's going on here? Feels like I need to figure out what that angle would look like. Maybe I need to also remove a bit of this muscle, cut it and chop into it a bit. Maybe do a bit of that on this side too. Okay, so I'm going to take this whole thing now. We are going to rotate it a little bit. There we go. And I would like to frame this a bit better. It feels a bit like this probably needs a couple more corners there. Maybe we can do something like that. Just trying to create some negative space in the in-betweens between these 2 points. Oh, that line isn't correct either. Considering its muscle goes about here, I reckon it might be a bit more like that, maybe? Would it be more like that? We'll just remove a bit of that. Let's also move Post Boy. I might need to redraw that a little bit. Go in there a bit more. Clean it up, just centralize it. Probably about there. So we can go in. Maybe we move a couple letters. Probably want it to read nice and clear. So we make sure the letters, there's good spacing between all the letters. First things first, move that a bit further, bit over here, right? Let me split these two letters too. To be fair, that second O probably needs to go. That's looking a bit messy. Delete the whole thing. Inside of this O as well, be a bit cleaner. And make two of these. Now let's clean it up a little tiny bit. Come on. Oh, we're the wrong layer now though. I'm always falling for the wrong layer. I don't imagine I'm the only one though. Happens to the best of us. Right, what we might do as well, this P here, might reposition that one. There we go. Yeah, that reads nice and clean now. Though there is actually, seems like there's actually supposed to be a little gap between these two. So what we'll do, merge these together. Maybe then do make that one a little bit smaller, and do that for this one as well. I might flip the whole canvas now and do a little bit more cleanup. And then I think that one's pretty good, and we might have to call it a night because I need to make some dinner. So yeah, he's about to kill you. He's you know, he's changing his outfit. He's getting ready to slice and dice. Now let's see what's happening here. Now, because of the angle of this, it may be better to carve into this elbow a bit. Elbow? No. Shoulder. Like in the actual picture there. I don't like that though. Actually, like this one, it may be worth just making, yeah, the sort of bicep like that come out, because that makes everything easier. And then there we go. So we want to make sure. Where is the line here? Maybe this line needs to be a little bit more like this too. figuring out. This part's hard. Is figuring out from this angle what his trousers should look like. I mean, Piccolo's a savage, just like Agent 47, so, you know, wouldn't surprise me. Alright. Alright, so we've got his body going like that, and we bring it about like that. We've got this happening here. It's a bit more like that, maybe? Gotta be careful here when you do this, because I don't want it to look like he's really needs to go to the bathroom. Oh. So what we might need to do here, take this entire section, maybe pull it up a bit, move it about. Like that. Yeah. Wait, what are we on about? Defining a opacity 50 curvature? I don't know what you mean by that. Guide shoulder region can help refine the shape. What shoulder region are we talking about? Turn on the left shoulder right now? Sharp turn on the left shoulder. Alright, you need to be more... Are you talking about... we flipped the screen, but are we talking about Piccolo's left? My left? The original left? There's a lot going on there. I mean, this side, if it's what we're talking about, is a lot sharper than the other side. We could curve it out a bit. Probably want to make sure there's a difference between these two as well. Make sure you can feel it. Push these parts out a bit more too. Actually, maybe that does need to go over a bit. Oh, jeez. Wait a minute. I don't like the whole of this area, to be honest. Opacity minus 50, layer opposite insane. What are you on about? For like what, my picture? Why would I do that? Maybe we'll flip back in a second. Although, still a bit more to... Go. Do we then carve even more so? Maybe, like that. Got his really small legs at that point. I might do it. Broke up? What's the audio going bad? What are people meaning? What are you talking about? Nah, she broke up, I'm up? What do you mean? I'm so confused. Oh, Jesus Christ, fuck off thing. What's it doing? Vaguely, if you don't know what you're talking about. About creating a new layer to chest some stuff out, right? Though I don't know if I need to. I can probably figure this out without having any newer layers. I don't know if there's much to figure out. I think it's fine. I just need to maybe we just go really on that. Because I'm trying to get the pose right. Yeah, I think it's I'm just curious what I'm doing with these trousers. Really, that's what's confusing me. Might need to move the arm again, actually. What am I using to draw? This is Clip Studio Paint. Definitely my preferred drawing tab thing. I actually tried to set up a thing that you can do where you can become like an affiliate for them, and then send people like affiliate codes that you can get a thing off the top of. Because I would literally simp for Clip Studio Paint all day. I just didn't set up the whole form, but I should probably sort that out soon, so that I can just send people thingy codes to give it a go. I mean, it's pretty cheap as well. Like usually when it's on sale, like I got my copy for like 19, 18 quid. And that's not the animation version, but like I don't think most people are going to need the super duper animation version. I might get it one day, but you can do about 2 seconds on this version. I've never used it for animation though. I think it's just a really good drawing program. Right, let me switch. I'm going to flip everything back now. Oh, okay. Well, I've just switched Piccolo and no one else. I mean, I guess that's fine too. Not like I had anything else over there, so maybe we just... Oh, alright, that'll do. Piccolo's the only important part anyway. What is this mark here? Maybe it should just be... because it goes... Which pattern is it? It's this one? And maybe this part here can be a bit more like... trying to think about... pull this part back a bit. Yeah, so if we pull that back, gotta figure out what we're doing here with the position between these two. Bring that up a bit. Yeah, that could work. But also this line needs to be dealt with. That's too straight. Oh, I don't actually think that works. No. I bought, well, I think the subscription only version is for like tablets or something, or phones. But I bought, it's a one-time pay. Mine was a one-time payment. Looks cute. Might delete later. Yeah, that's totally Piccolo right now. Yeah, have it a bit more like that. But then let's try and, because I imagine it's supposed to be maybe a bit more like an indent. Really hard to get one out of those. maybe as well, this line, let's remove this one for a second, clean up this whole area. Comes to there. Cut a bit of that off. I just do, and I'm trying to learn basics, and Krita is a nice tool. Yeah, Krita's okay, but I don't really like Krita as a drawing thing in comparison to Clip Studio. I think Clip Studio just has a lot more potential to it. Generally, I just like how it draws more. I like how it feels, like the brushes that it already comes with. If you're just messing around, Krita's probably fine, but I think, to me, it was always about finding a program where I actually enjoyed using it. And usually I would say there's not really a program I would actually, I don't tend to recommend buying, but I think Clip Studio Paint is the only one where I'm like, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, Blender's nice as well if you can get behind it, in terms of like the animation stuff. Yeah, I mean, I think someone talk about the controversy about fucking Oshii and Arno. I don't think there's any beef. I think this is just how they all talk. If you've ever seen Miyazaki and Arno, not Miyazaki and Oshii talk to each other, they're always incredibly harsh to each other. I think that is just the language of a bunch of old codgers. So if Oshii's saying some stuff which is, you know, pretty harsh or sounds harsh to Arno, it's probably simply because of just the language of these old men, effectively. I imagine Arno would say the same thing back to him, if not more harsh. Like, have you ever seen Miyazaki talk about like Oshii's films in terms of like his live action ones? Like, where he says like it feels like a fan film. Like, and then in comparison to someone like Arno, where like he compliments Arno's like live action films as like real films, and then Oshii's is just like these infantilized projects in comparison. Which may be why he's taken the hits at Mr. Arno. Yeah, I give Blender a go, Horsebog, if you're trying to say something. Blender's pretty interesting. It's worth looking into. Miyazaki being Arno's mentor sweet? Yeah, I mean, in a way they are. In a way, certainly. I would probably talk about that in my Nausicaa video when I get to it. Because, yeah, it was Arno did a whole commentary for Nausicaa, and he seems to hold both the manga and probably the anime experience very formative for himself. Like that, you know, that thing where he Miyazaki wanted him there as fast as possible because Arno's from Osaka and he had to move all this stuff to like Tokyo. And I think Arno's gave that story about like how Miyazaki's like, what, you can't do that now? You can't move it now? He's like, no, I got too much. I gotta move all my stuff. And he's like, oh, now, move now, young Arno, quickly. You see them talking. I mean, obviously they're very friendly. Like during the Kingdom of Madness, where like he brings up Arno as a joke, and he's like, actually no, I want Arno to voice this character. There's something about him, and like just having him in the, I don't know, I feel like Miyazaki in some part just wanted to have Arno around as well. Just having him, yeah, the way he talks about him is interesting. Obviously quite blunt, but I think there's some endearingness there. Even like with you know, he calls Arno like an alien. He's like an alien, but obviously Arno very similar to Lee, just as blunt with Miyazaki, it seems. Though after the film came out, Nausicaa, I believe Arno he bought Arno like a little moped as like a thank you for the work he did on the film, because Arno was mainly working on the beast, the you know, the creature cuts, but I think he did some other stuff too. You know, that was I think that was the first big thing he did. Though I think he might have done some cuts on Macross before. It's hard to say. I'll have to look it up. Certainly one that put him on the map. So let's fix these eyes for a second. I need to work that pose out a bit more, to be honest. What's this about? Daiso, did you see the whole thing? Because I know people watched that clip, but Miyazaki and his son Goro have a tumultuous relationship, it is true. But if you see afterwards, Miyazaki does say of his work, especially if we're talking about the first film especially, he said that it was earnestly made, thus it is good. And if you see the second film, Miyazaki says that he sees Goro as competition when it came to the second film. He very much liked the second film and saw it as a sort of competition of the spirit between the two of them. And they generally have a more positive relationship as the years have went by because of you know, they're continuously working at the studio together. Although nowadays it sounds because Goro works on CGI, their conversations tend to be a lot more pleasant because Miyazaki has no reference point when it comes to CGI. Thus he doesn't really say much because he doesn't know what to say really or what to do. He doesn't have any preconceived notions of what would be the right thing to do. 1 there. 2, 3, 4. Should that top go down lower? Guess it could do. That still needs to be a bit more pulled back, maybe. Also might make his stance a bit more like that. Sorry, where are we at? I mean, the clip's from like an NHK like documentary where they were filming Miyazaki for 10 years, and he walked out and had a smoke, and he said some random words that they held on to because it's pretty juicy, you know, about how it be, just like his moment to moment thoughts. But you know, Miyazaki doesn't have a filter, so he says shit all like that all the time. Have him walk out of Supreme like he's since strip is your theme of this art. Wait, walk out of like Supreme. Now he'd be walking out of you know, King Piccolo's Burgers. Yeah, so Arno worked on Macross, probably his earliest one, I'm guessing. I mean, I think Goro will be fine. He'll figure his way through. He's very resilient. At this point, you kind of need to be to keep continuing doing this stuff. It is very much a growing pains, though, situation to sort of build your own new studio using a completely different medium and trying to work out all the what you're supposed to do from there. No, I don't like that. I mean, he'll always ask you if you he's about to ask you, have you listened to Dance with the Devil by Immortal Technique? Maybe that's what his maybe that's his vibe. Maybe that's what he's listening to in the car. I couldn't tell you. I haven't asked him. I'm trying to figure this one out. We've got a pretty big arm over here. I think this could probably go up higher. Hang on, let's get the pause for a second. Get rid of the ruler there. Oh, damn it. Alright. About there. But we also may need to take this whole area. bit more like that. God, this is really difficult. I should probably got the shape down first, but you know, c'est la vie. I guess half of this is the learning experience of yeah, I think that works better. And then take this, move it in a bit. Yeah, that's probably better. That feels a bit more right. This should probably be a bit more like that. Although maybe that line here should actually be completely removed. Yeah, that might make more sense. Like it's very small. No, let's get rid of it completely like that. There you go. There you go. Yeah, I'm for that. I think that's where we're at. When I talk about Arno commenting on Nausicaa, what do you mean exactly? Is there a director commentary? Well, literally, Arno did an entire commentary on Nausicaa, but it's on one of the Blu-rays, I believe. He also has commented about the film before and the manga. He said in the past that he thinks that Nausicaa the manga is the only piece of media. This was a while ago when he said this, but he said it was the only piece of media that he thought truly represented Miyazaki as a person, encompassingly. He thinks the rest is, you know, not quite as interesting as a person, I suppose. Or something along those lines. You'd have to look at the quote. Alright, one last thing. I think these hands could be even bigger. Is that too big? Maybe like that then. Alright, and let's adjust this neck a bit too. Let's make it feel a bit more like it belongs to that part. There you go. Maybe we also take this line, bring out his chest a bit too. We get to that line. bring this entire bit down a bit. And let's take this angle here. Adjust it slightly. Same with that line there. I don't like this line. It would make more sense if this was more bluntly like this. But also, you're a little lopsided now. Let's straighten you out. All right. I think we're pretty all right now. But those legs. Never gonna be satisfied, I don't think. Where are we at? How's it going, Spence? Post boy. He is definitely the post boy. FBI. Get the fuck out of my chat. Get out of here. Jesus Christ. I suspect my internet is going down in a few weeks. Oof, that's not good. I wonder here. You'll be arrested for offending the authorities. Well, I don't live in America, so jog on. Nabil? How's it going? I think we're going to be cutting the stream short in a second when I'm happy with this, which maybe never, which is my problem. But maybe if I just pull that back in a bit. Pull that in. Does that feel... I don't know, maybe his ass needs to be lower. Pull that Piccolo ass down. Adjust these things a bit. Like that. We pull angle back a bit. Okay. Oh, sorry, Hazel. Wait, Hazel, you're like a moderator, so shouldn't you be able to like unlock your own comments? Sorry, where was I? I'm looking at things. Comiket Dojin selling Piccolo. Yeah, that'd be cool. Watch out, the FBI working with Fatoe. I don't know. FBI agent keeping cursing at me, and I will your browser history to everyone. Yeah, show everyone my browser history. Like I fucking give a shit. Watched Arno documentary translated. It's interesting how you, the newest one. So that's the one he did for NHK, is it? I remember downloading it, but I didn't get the subtitle track. I think the subtitle track's probably been translated now, right? I believe it was it like the making of a 3.0 plus 1.0 from NHK or something like that, wasn't it? Anyway, how's it going, Hazel? I'm sorry the cursing has destroyed the thing. We have to keep a clean channel, I'm afraid. But that looks great. I'm glad you like it. I'm glad you're liking my pickle drip. Suspicious FBI in the chat. Why does it have emotes? You guys, the FBI have some wild secrets. Tisk tisk tisk. Alright, 1 second, everyone. I want one final image. I'm gonna look for one more thing. Not that one. That one. I'm looking for one more reference. Okay, I think I found what I wanted. So I'm gonna pull out. Where's the other one? Where's the other one I wanted? Did I get rid of it? Maybe I did. Oh, there it is. Okay, let's move it back then. There we go. Let's finish this one up. Yeah, FBI doing fellow kids. I can't tell if you're the real FBI. I mean, I'm assuming you're a meme channel. Because if you're the real FBI, I would have banned you by now. I don't know, these emotes. But then again, you might be. It's hard for me to tell. If you're not the real FBI, tell me now or I'll ban you instantly. Alright, what's Gabe saying? You should really put your art on one place. Maybe. I mean, I do put all the art I make on Twitter. Like most of the time, I post a lot of stuff on there. Why would you ban the FBI? Because fuck them. That's why. Not on my chat. I might push this up even higher. Yeah, like there. So this is the final thing I'm probably going to do, and I will adjust accordingly. Let's get that going. Just make sure it looks more padding. More padded even. Now where? lines be? Maybe I like this. Drawing trousers is weird. To escape. Yeah. I mean, if all the traumatic things you saw, you probably shouldn't be coming to a Piccolo stream. Be gone. I mean, I could ban you if I wanted to. Okay, good for you, Scratch. Heed my warning, FBI. You are on cooldown. Can I get this back to where it's supposed to be? There we go. Alright, I'm gonna... move post boy up a bit. Like that. Huh. I don't think I even deleted anything from you, but I think you just run timeout. Come back with a better name. I mean, it really depends. I mean, when someone's called FBI in the chat, it's already a little bit... I mean, you can change your name and come back if you like. Okay, where are we at? Can we donate things or suggest things? I mean, I'm probably gonna eat some. Well, I would say yes, but I'm probably gonna have to leave in a second to like make some. It's getting very late, and I haven't actually ate dinner yet. So there is that. Oh. I mean, it depends. If you want, I'm not going to do a suggestion unless it was donation. But if you wanted a 1 minute, oh, okay, my computer being funny there for a second. If you want a 1 minute drawing, feel free to donate, I guess. Then I'll do it, and then I'll be out. I'm not really not in love with this. I cannot draw these trousers to save my life. Maybe I just move this whole area. It's like there. Yeah, okay. I just got to figure out. 1, 2, 1, 2, 2. Yeah, move the head a little bit. Just feels like it could be more like there. Where are we at? Next time, boys. That's fair enough. May you enjoy dinner. Yeah, I mean, if I ever get to it. I'm very particular about this stuff. Alright, what I'm going to do then, I'm going to throw in the edit colorize. I always love doing this because I like to see what stupid colors it comes out with. What's it going to look like? What do you think? What do you think colors it's going to pick for Piccolo? Considering it doesn't know. God, what did it do? So weird. To be fair, that's not horrible actually. I think I could work with that. Like if I was to add another layer on top, pick this color. Make that. Go back in this one. Move a bit of there, bit of that, bit there, bit there. Piccolo looks like his favorite ship just failed. I mean, maybe it did. Sad things for Piccolo. I mean, brown is kind of like the Toriyama thing. Like when Toriyama pasted in like the a lot of the early mangas of Piccolo, you see him in like a kind of brown and yellow. They kind of do a pastel thing. Should it read Poster Boy? No, Post Boy. That's what it says. I'm surprised Ghibli doesn't have a similar to what Kyoku Anime does. Basically, Kyoku Anime has a school where they train animators later on, hire them if they pass. Well, I mean, it's kind of complicated, right? But they don't. I mean, the same way they look for the best of the best, and they get them from all over the world. So like, you know, you sometimes do get new and fresh animators. Like in the CGI department, a lot of them are fresh and new and learning. But yeah, like they generally go, because they make movies, they don't make TV shows, they tend to go for movie level animators. Let the record show, I guess, right before the streams changed color. Oh, okay. Oh, you did it before the stream. Fair enough. Fair enough. Maybe I'll add in some of my own colors. Wait a minute. Let me find where's the original Oh. Give me one of the original piccolos. There we go. And now I'm gonna let's see. I'm gonna make a new layer. Oh, 1 second. Wait, what color was his trousers? How many pictures of the actual color they were supposed to be? Do I remember what color his trousers are? Maybe I'll just pull that purple out. Oh, what brush am I on there? Does anyone know what's up with the 720 on YouTube looking 420? Like 420 weed nowadays? I don't know, like just probably the compression rates. .480, yeah, probably compression rates. You know how YouTube be. Oh. There you go, that's what you're getting. That's the piccolo. Maybe we also do that for some shadows over there or whatever. Damn, yeah. Maybe you never get to see them. I'm gonna say they're purple like this, but I mean, I'm kind of using my own palette at this point. But I think we got it. Thanks for checking anyway, Hazel. But yeah, I think we were going way over the point where I should have stopped I should have stopped a long time ago. So let me just zoom in a bit. A little bit there. And maybe, just maybe, final thing we do. Oh. I got a wrong layer. Give a little bit, a tiny little smirk. Tiny smirk. There we go. Doesn't look half bad. I'll take it. Maybe I add a background. God, what am I doing? Land decoration. Lol. Alright. That will probably do. Yeah, I'd say a piccolo's there. Although maybe I want to move this line for a second. It's already built into it, is it? I want to just make it. I want to make it a little bit more. A little rounder. Same for lines over here. Where's that layer? Let's go in a bit like that. Yeah. Oh, I'm on the wrong thing. Okay, that should be the end. Right. I'll put this on Twitter right afterwards, okay? We've went way over. I'm going to save this now as Piccolo Drip. There we go. And I will put a version on Twitter as soon as I've done wrapping everything up. Okay. There we go. Okay. Restore chat. Thanks, Hazel. I hope you enjoyed the drawing. It was a little bit of a technical nightmare, but we got there eventually. I didn't set up properly, or I had some music playing, but I didn't have my audio set up correctly this time, because usually I'd need my headphones on to play audio without it destroying the mic audio. So next time I'll see if I can set up to actually have some little bit of music playing while I'm just trying to figure out what the hell I'm doing in my brain. But yeah, I'll post it on Twitter in a sec. I need to set up some dinner, which I haven't done, and all that other stuff. Anyway, thank you very much for watching, and I hope you have a good night, and I'll see you all next time.